up, though, Pride Nation? Welcome back to another Detroit.Sports.Alliance roundtable for your Detroit Lions. I am going to be the host today, Luke G. It's going to be a good one. I've been looking forward to this. We do apologize. We are all busy. Did not expect for this stupid pandemic to change a lot of our lives, but it did. It happens. And we going to be all right. So we going to have a nice little thing going on today. We got a nice panel put together for you today. People will join as time goes on. And we got a few things that we need to discuss. So without further ado, let's talk about our panel, good people. First up, we have our most seasonal, our most greatest. Let me see. Let me give you something that's a little bit more heat. Our residential lifer, Detroit Lions fan, Mr. Jim from Lions on the Prowl. What's going on, Jim?
Hey, everything's going great, man. We're having a great time with the Lions on the Prowl show, and happy to be here and support DSA and having a lot of fun talking football. I just love doing it.
And then we have, he's like my Robin to Batman, my Superman to Batman. I think I might be actually like Tony Stark and he Captain America, but he gonna probably say he Tony Stark. Somebody who's not only going to make sure he brings heat, gives you all the funk that you need, but he's going to make sure he gives you it in all aspects of sports and then some. Mr. SpeakEZ, aka Easy, in the building. What's going on, bro?
What up, though, man? And I'm cool being Cap. Cap's actually I think he's my favorite. I go back and forth. I feel like he shouldn't be, but it just somehow is my favorite.
Listen, it's okay. Cap, one of them guys that I look at and I just go like, why? Like, I'm sorry. So he's strong. So with the Hawk.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like he shouldn't be my favorite, but like, I also respect the fact that that's all he really has, but he's still able to hang with like gods and titans and like scrap with him. You know what I'm saying? It's like he cool, I guess.
He's
I don't
cool,
know,
man.
I go back and forth.
All right.
Because he's old like me. So
absolutely. We got right, because I mean he technically was in the ice forever, but that's another story, man. We here for the Lions. You know what?
Old.
We got another person joining us. We have another diehard Lions fan and another counterpart to Lions on the Prowl, Mr. Curt Steele. What's going on, man?
What up, though?
What's going on?
Welcome to the what's going on, people? Hey, it's good to be here. It's been a while since I've been with my family in the DSA. Great to be here with my fam. Speak, what's going on, my dude?
Look, Speak. I think Speak driving. I'm worried about him. I think he's driving.
He's driving. Man, it's great to be here. Luke, my man, what's going on? It's been
good, man.
Brother.
I see y'all over there handling that business. I make sure I promote it as much as I can.
Yeah, we be on the grind, man. My man Jim, you know how we do it.
I'm riding around and getting it. I feel you. All right, listen, let's get into this. All right, let me do the quick roll call. We got James Willis in the building, Benjamin Foe. We got you can call me Funk, Izzy77 in the mix, JGB. We got Don 19, and people still rolling in as we speak. We got Cap Ice Cold. He says, "Hey, what's good, Luke? What it do, man? What's going on?" Motor City Thanos, One Pride 40. Antoine, because he don't want me to say the other part, so Antoine's in the building. And we got Don Burr and D. Williams, and I see Morris rolling in. Let's get right into this right out the gate, because the big talk of the town right now is about one Mr. Kenny Galladay. I literally feel like I get 187 DMs about Kenny Galladay on a regular basis. I'm dead serious, like to the point where I'm like, just deal with the fact that Kenny may not be here. That's how I feel. But here's the question. Obviously, on February 23rd was the first day that you could actually franchise tag a player. And you have until March 9th to get that franchise tag used. My question, starting off with you, Jim, is should the Lions use that franchise tag on Kenny Galladay?
I think they should. The reason I think they should tag and trade him.
Tag and trade. Oh, okay. I knew this was coming. Talk to me. What is this tag and trade thing that we speak of?
And so we're going to tag him, put the franchise tag on him for 1 year, trade him to another team either before the season or during the season. And if it's during the season, if he's healthy, we probably could get a better draft pick for him. but it's better than let him walk out the door, because it's only a 1-year deal. So we're only on the hook for it for this year. We'll be having all our business handled anyway.
Okay. In the mix says, Luke, where you been? You got to do the show twice a week, bro. They've been killing me at work. You hear me? They getting every penny, blood, sweat, tear out of me.
But it's not only on him though. You know, we've been busy too, and we could host just as well as Luke can. So it's on all of us. We're a team, you know.
Yeah, it's just like I said, it's just work, man. Everything's getting changed up. Curt, what are you thinking, man? I mean, you think the Lions should use that franchise tag on Kenny G?
Yes, I think I'm in line with Jim as well. But,
I mean, I'm not surprised.
A tag and trade will be good. I think they tag and trade him for draft capital this year. Trade him before the draft. And,
good idea.
Get some draft capital for this year's draft. Or to be honest with you, if they tag him, keep him. Here's my deal. You're bringing in Goff, and you're saying that he's not as, a lot of fans are saying that he's not as good as Stafford, which the arm talent is not as good as Matthew Stafford. But you bring in a guy and you don't give him any weapons. The guy only has one proven commodity as a receiver on the team, and that's Cephas, and that's iffy at best because he only played limited series during his rookie season. And then you have Geronimo Allison. Nobody else is on the roster as really a good wide receiver. So, but I will say this: with Jared Goff's skill set, the tag and trade will be better. He's not a good tight window thrower like Matthew Stafford, and that's where Kenny Golladay thrives. So you can tag him and trade him for some capital in this year's draft. Maybe a receiver. You never know down in the lower rounds.
Okay, I can tell I gotta go last. I already see it coming. Easy. What are your thoughts, man? Do you think the Lions should use that franchise tag on Kenny G? I mean, they got into the knife to make this decision. Obviously, he's 27 years of age. Are you on board with what Curt and Jim is talking about, or you got a different view on this in terms of what they should do with that franchise tag?
Curt and Jim over there like, we the franchise boy.
Yeah.
But we franchise them and trading them though. We're not franchising them and really keeping them. We're getting rid of them. But
we're just not letting him walk out for nothing.
For free. Yeah, we want something in return.
Yeah. I'm gonna say you can't. Because like right now, if I'm not mistaken, he's allowed to flirt with like other teams and talk and whatnot, right? Like he's allowed to talk to other teams and get offers and whatnot, or no?
Not right now.
I don't know.
No, if I'm not mistaken, I read.
Yet, but what he can't.
Not until the league year starts.
I mean,
you can talk trade. You just can't talk free agency.
Yeah.
Right. No contract offers.
Yeah.
March 16th or 18th or something.
17th, I think it is.
17th is the league year start. Yeah, the 17th. St. Patrick's Day.
Okay. Yeah, man. I say let him go flirt. Let him find a suitor. Let him slide that paper over to him. And say yeah, and then we say bam, franchise. Make a trade for it. I'm totally down with that, man. That's if we're gonna franchise them, that's what we gotta do. Tag and bag them. You know what I'm saying? We gotta let it go. We're in a rebuild situation as much as a hot topic or not. We're in a situation where I don't think I think we may be wasting his talents and time keeping him.
Listen. Oh my God. Okay. Y'all know this is gonna be a long show when me and Easy starting out agreeing. Damn it. Okay. At the beginning of the show, Benjamin Folk came in and was like round 7. Right?
Yeah.
But the reality is you can't do this.
I can't see comments. It's funny.
Man, he started off the Mortal Kombat. He like in my Mortal Kombat voice, like fight. I was like, bro, we can't be doing that. So this is how I look at it. This whole idea of tag and trade is ludicrous. It makes no sense.
Wait, how is it ludicrous?
I'm gonna tell you why. When you franchise tag a person, that means that every penny of that is guaranteed. Correct?
I'm not sure about that, but
yes,
if it is, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, correct. 16 mil.
Right. So every penny of that is guaranteed. And let's just say we go up the low end at 16 million. That's the average he's going to get, 16 mil.
Mm-hmm.
There are already 8 million or like over the cap right now. So they got to already.
That's not true. That's not true.
They're not $8 million
because the basement was 175. They've already talked about raising it to 180, and there's talk of it being up to 185.
Yeah, it's going to be up to 185. Yeah.
Okay.
So if it's 185, that gave us 10 million. We're 2 million over.
Okay,
or 2 million under.
If it's 185, so let's say it's 185, we go up to 2 million, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now you're gonna take a $16 million guarantee contract and add it, and then you're gonna trade it, and now take a 16 million dead money cap hit after taking that cap hit for trading Stafford. That's too much.
Why?
Because you figure.
Do you think we're gonna win this year? Do you think we're gonna have the pieces to win this year?
Yes. You
do. Okay.
I do.
I do not.
I've been.
And that's the difference right there. See, if you think we can win this year, you don't franchise Kenny Golladay, because then you have to have money to go get free agents and you have to fill some holes. If you don't think we're going to win this year and you're basing it on a 2 to 3 year rebuild or retool, whatever they want to say, then you want to get as much draft capital as you can, and letting him walk for nothing really doesn't make any sense.
Well, here's the thing. The issue for me comes in that it's not. I do agree with you about the not like letting them walk for nothing. Like, I don't want you to think I'm not picking up what you're putting down with that.
Mm-hmm.
But the issue comes in play where how can I best word this? For me, the biggest issue is this: you're still adding $16 million onto some more dead money.
Okay, but if you had the $16 million to spend, name me the one player that's going to turn this franchise around and we're going to go to the Super Bowl next year.
Well, it's to me.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, but hold on, listen. There is no player. I want to be clear about this, everybody.
I agree.
There is no player that's going to turn this thing around just that one
That's
time.
what I'm saying.
But let me also be clear about this, and let me be very, very honest about this. Although there is no one player, there is no reason for us to take another $16 million in dead money in an attempted trade. There's no point, because
$16 million on dead money on a year we're not going to win probably anyway.
Yeah, but the other part of it is this. Let's say, for example, we don't get a trade. We're stuck with $16 million of dead cap.
Yeah, we're stuck with Kenny Golladay as a weapon for Jared Goff for a year, because he's only here for 2 years to see if he can do it.
$16 million of our money guaranteed gone. Mm-hmm. So why waste that $16 million when we not only cannot even waste the $16 million, but this draft is full of receivers. Let him test the market. I love the idea that Easy did. Let him test the market, see what people are talking about. Then if you want to decide to do it, then and you like, okay, here's what
you can't franchise him after the fact.
I get what you're saying about that, but what I'm telling you is
once he hits the open market, he's gone.
Once he hits the open market, you can now gauge if you want him to be able to if you want to match offers, or if you want to have options. You got options for it. You could tender the guy, you can do whatever. But my thing is this: they are already going to take a $19 million cap hit with Stafford. Now you're going to add another $16 million. If we go to low end on that, it could be as high as $18 million. You got to see what they do the breakdown on. Mm-hmm. But that's $35 million in dead cap space. And so to me, the Lions, who went out and traded for a guy like Jared Goff, does not sound like a team who is trying to lose this year. They're trying to win. And it doesn't make sense to spend $16 million on one player that automatically wipes out your cap. You're going to have to cut people for that.
But we lose those cap hits next year.
Yeah, we could lose those cap hits,
and we're going to have more. We're going to have more draft capital.
How are you going to sign Romeo Ocore with that kind of cap?
You still can if you cut other players, and there's a creative way to re-sign people.
That's my point.
There is.
You can't be cutting the whole team for one guy.
That's my point.
You're going to be cutting the whole team anyway, because most of them suck.
So
you telling me you want to keep Trufant? Is that the guy you want to keep?
We have a whole new regime right now.
I know, but that's what I'm saying though. We're going to be cutting a lot of players because of the new regime anyway.
Their character guys in. But okay, we cut more guys, and we can afford more guys that fit the regime that we have right now. The high character guys.
But do you believe we're going to win next year?
Bring into this locker room.
We're talking about a 1 year cap hit.
It doesn't matter about the winning though, Jim. It's about the
it doesn't.
We have to give them the opportunity.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
Flexible options. You gotta give them the opportunity. It makes absolutely sense, and you'd understand if you listen. You have to give them the opportunity, the most flexible options to get the pieces that they need to bring in their attitude and usher in this era and this regime. What
But
they
you
need to
think
do.
money's the answer, and I think draft picks are the answer.
Well, no,
that's the difference.
I never said money's the answer. I never said, oh, no, because
yes, you do, because you're worried about the cap hit. You're saying that money is going to turn us around.
There's more
I'm saying let's get some draft picks for Kenny Galladay. So
yeah, but see, this the thing.
I didn't say anything about money. There's more.
Yes, you did. You just said, "Oh my God!" He can't hear himself speak.
All right, yeah, there's more money for them to make more decisions with. They're more flexible than when they're.
You just said money. You just said more money, and I said $60 million. Wow, I'll go be quiet.
Well, look, I
never said money. I said like you got more money to make more options with it.
I said I want more draft picks.
I put it like this: the reality is this: whether you believe that we're going to win this year or not, which I do believe we're going to win. I have been on record to say I see 8 to 9 games that I think we can win, and that's without me even knowing when we play them. But I just look at the opponents, and I'm like, these opponents are not what they used to be from the previous years. So I just look at it like this: I'm gonna take a $10 million cap hit on, as you see right here, a guy that's soon to be 28, and I'm going to have to now cut even more people to make up for that cap to go out and get a guy like Romeo Okwara. It doesn't make sense for me to do that, because now what happens is I'm now having to supersede cutting a bunch of people just to fill that spot. You can have as many draft picks as you want. The problem with having all those draft picks, whether it be in this year or even next year, is most of those guys' contracts come up around the same time. It's just a problem that is happening right now with the Dallas Cowboys, where they brought in all these people, and now they up here making pimp decisions about what they're going to do. I just want to see the Lions say to themselves, he's 27, going on 28. This draft is heavy in wide receiver. I'm not exhausting $16 million of guaranteed money for a receiver. And Lee asks a good question. Is $16 million worth a third round pick in your opinion?
Why not?
I just don't think it's worth it.
How much? I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
The thing
if you guys want,
you can still negotiate you can still negotiate a trade without it.
So aren't you guys going to have to get a whole new wide receiving core? And how much is that going to cost?
It's going to cost less than $16 million.
Okay.
It's going exactly. you may be
that's
able
multiple
to,
people. That's multiple people.
Right.
Like,
yeah, you may be
able to where are these magical people coming from that you're not paying any money to?
You can do it in free agency. You can do it in
pay
the draft.
money, but you get more people.
We have 5 drafts. What, 6 draft picks this year? So you're going to use 3 of them on wide receivers?
You don't have, unless you have free agency though. You got to look at
free agency as well, Jim.
We got free agency. I know that, but I have a guy that I would really like to get at a wide receiver position. But the thing is,
now I'm intrigued.
We're gonna go. We'll go through that later. We got other questions to go through.
Yeah, don't put the cart before the horse.
True. Listen, let's move it forward. Okay, let's move it forward. Like I said, just wanted bring it up. I knew this was going to be a good topic.
Please don't say Kenny Galladay quit on anybody. Don't say that. Don't pour that bullshit into the chat, man. Kenny Galladay didn't quit on anybody.
No, Kenny. Yeah, Kenny. You got to understand. I'm a 3rd round pick. And I'll perform most of your receivers you brought in.
Get your money.
Yeah. So it's a business. So here's the next question, man. That's another one of the things I've been getting blown up about. Dude, listen, y'all should really look at my DMs. One day I'm gonna just be like, dude, look at this message right here. What the hell is this? But here's the thing. Should fans really be concerned with how involved Sheila Ford has been with the Lions' decision-making and processes this offseason? Jesus. I got to put it out there. I'm gonna definitely go with you first, Curt, because like I said, I literally went and counted how much I got this question, and I was like, okay. And I thought long and hard about it. So I'm pretty sure I'm good on my answer. But go ahead, Curt. Tell me, should the fan base
not pulling a Jerry Jones? Who would not want an owner who's concerned or wants to know how her team is run? They didn't say she was in there just voicing her opinion. They said she was in the meetings, learning about the franchise, learning how her team runs. She wasn't doing like her dad, just sitting up in the ivory tower or sitting in the Oval Office and just saying go out and do it. She wants to be, she wants to learn. She's building a culture where she's bringing in experience with youth. She's bringing in the hot young coaches or the hot young general manager and mixing in somebody like a Don Capers or a John Dorsey. So it's a mixture of with experience and youth in a think tank and a more collective type process in the organization. Something we've never seen in Detroit, where it was always just the one guy making a decision, one or two people giving people complete control of the team, and her not really stepping back and having anything to do with how the team was running. Look how Martha Firestone Ford ran the team. She just kind of sat back like her husband. She was a little bit more involved than William, but William just was like, you guys go ahead and do this. The dude hired his brother-in-law to be the general manager. Come on now. Sweet Jesus. She's not the general manager. She's not a Jerry Jones. She wants to know how her team is run. Get off of that, man. Is it because she's a woman? Come on now. You got to do better than that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new one in the building, Mr. 313 J-Mo, the heart of the city. What's going on, J-Mo?
Shit, what up?
What up, J-Mo?
I'm not at home. I'm on my phone right now, so let me know if my signal mess up. But what's good, Lions fans? What's good, y'all?
Hey, listen, I'm ready, man. I'm pumped. I've been looking forward to talking. Like I said, my DM's been getting hit up, and I've been trying to get these things addressed. It's just work killing me softly, man. Lauryn Hill voice too. You feel me?
It's been real busy around here, man.
Bro, let me just toss this question to you. I'm gonna try to get you caught up really quick and toss it out there. Do you think the Lions should first franchise tag Kenny Galladay?
No, I do not. Because
what is going on? Me easy agreeing? What the hell is
bro? Man, look, I'm gonna just be honest, man. Part of Kenny Galladay was Stafford being here and that being combination. You know what I'm saying? And if he's only gonna be here for one season, no. If I'm gonna get Jared Goff a receiver for the future, I don't want to be some 1 year rental. I'll rather I might even rather pay another receiver at this point and just let Kenny G walk, and it's nothing against Kenny G. It's just like, what is franchising going to do for us? I don't think we're going to be that competitive next year. So what is Kenny G going to do for us in the win column? Add a win? If we had our full squad last year, maybe it would have been a different story. But with this team, this new coaching staff, 30 million. What's the franchise, like 30 million or something crazy like that? I might be wrong, but
it's between 6 to 18 million. Somewhere in
$18 million for Kenny Galladay.
I thought it was 16.
16 to 18 million. My bad. Lord Jesus.
Our cap situation, we still take a cap hit for Stafford. Our cap situation is not in a place where we need to be mortgaging our future on Kenny Galladay. To me, if you want Kenny Galladay, sign him to a long-term deal. That's the way I feel about it. Don't franchise him for 1 year. That's pointless in my eyes.
Okay. I franchise him to trade him. That's what I was saying, J-Mo.
Well, if you're going to do that, then do that. But if you're talking about franchising him in the sense of him being on the team next year, then no. If I'm franchising him knowing I'm going to trade him, then you're not really franchising him. You're trading him. That's different.
All right. Here's the next question. Do you think that fans should be concerned with how involved Sheila Ford has been with the off-season moves and meetings and stuff?
And some of you fans that be asking Luke these questions need to be slapped. No offense. Am I mad my general manager finally gives a damn? No. I'm happy. I'm the happiest. What do you mean? Look, let me tell you something. If we still had Martha, y'all wouldn't see me on no more round tables, bro. Just because of the fact that I know we will be in purgatory for the next 20 years. Even with the hope I've lost, Sheila give me a glimmer of hope because I know she give a damn. It's about caring about what you're doing and who she actually cares and it matters. And to me, what she's gonna do is hire the people that she thinks can get the job done, and there's nothing wrong with her being hands-on. How is it gonna hurt us? We're the worst team in the NFL, history basically. So how can she hurt us by being hands-on? What's she gonna do? Make us worse than 0-16? Like, it's not gonna happen. Like, come on.
Listen, J-Mo, I'm just asking the question that's asked to me. Jim, what do you think, man? I mean, is this a cause for concern? I mean, she's been said to be a part of meetings and all type of stuff.
Let me say this really clearly. Hell no. About as clear as I can get. You don't want your owner to understand any facet of football when you've been saying for a few years, for ever since she's taken over, that she doesn't know anything about football. Rod Wood doesn't know anything about football. So she's sitting in meetings to learn more about football. And now all of a sudden, oh my God, that's a problem. Are you kidding me?
I'm just so I don't get fined. That's all I'm saying.
This is the dumbest thing I've heard in a long time. She's no Jerry Jones. It's not going to go down like that. She's not going to be like, oh, I got to have this guy. No. She's trying to find out how her franchise runs and what the problems are with the franchise and how the inner workings work and how the player meetings work. She's sitting in on offensive and defensive free agency meetings to understand and to find out, okay, what does this do? And how do you evaluate that guy? And why are you thinking this guy's more than this guy? She's just learning. What is wrong with that?
Listen,
I just feel like if we all became owners of $1 billion corporation and we didn't know what the hell we were doing and we were new, wouldn't we be sitting on like every meeting possible? What do you mean? I'm pretty sure I would have my hands on every single avenue that's running in the organization that I've just been allowed to be the leader of. That's how people who are successful operate. It's not something that's rocket science. It's basic.
It blows my mind.
Me too.
This fan base blows my mind.
Crazy.
You're mad if there ain't no football people in the building. They put football people in the building. You're mad because she's doing things different. Oh no, she's not. She's just like her dad, and she's just like this and that, and so forth and so on. Like, damn, just enjoy happiness. Like just enjoy happiness. That's all you need to do. It's just enjoy the happiness. The reality is this, that 9 times out of 10, there is absolutely nothing wrong with a person shadowing you. That's all it is. Mm-hmm. I will never forget this. I'm trying to start a business, people. Right? Little fun fact. I'm trying to start a business. And one of the best advice I ever got was mind your business. And I was like, I ain't in nobody else shit. Right? This is I'm thinking. Slow. I'm thinking. And he says to me, no, you need to mind your business. You need to know everything about your business.
Absolutely.
Because it's your business. Everything. Who's in the building? Why your employees is not happy? Why she wants to know these things. I told y'all when she became full owner that she's going to come with a different degree because I saw how she acted over a tennis loss. And I was like, that's not even normal behavior. She was just like mad. So I knew off rip that she was going to be different. Why is this a concern for people? It's beyond me. It doesn't make sense. She's not interfering with any type of decision. She's allowing those who she hired to do their job, but she's letting them know, like she did when she rolled up to that house in that limousine and told them, if you lose, you fired. She let them know, I'm right here. Do your job. There is nothing wrong with that. Shout out to Numbers J. He in the building. Trey Drews in the building. I mean, but it blows my mind, man, that people are freaking out like, oh my God, why is she sitting in on the meeting? Because it's her money. It's her business. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna sit on everything. Like it doesn't make
you can tell. Like I said, I don't know who sent you that question, but what type of leadership qualities were you raised with to where you're questioning your CEO sitting in on a damn meeting about football? Like, are you serious?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Are you serious? Like what?
You want her to want to know,
right? Like, oh my God, she's too nosy. She wants to know what's going on. Like, what is this?
Yeah. This fan base is crazy though, because you think about it. If she's not in the meetings, they're gonna be all over her because, well, she just doesn't care about the team. Now she's in the meeting. Now she's gonna meddle and mess everything up. She can't do nothing right.
I'm I'm just trying to process this, and as I'm trying to process it, I said I'm gonna ask the question. I really thought somebody's gonna be like, "Yeah, she did too much stuff," and I was about to let them have it. Like, bro, listen, let me walk you through this. What the hell are you talking about? I thought somebody's gonna do it today, but it didn't happen, and I'm glad it didn't happen because level minds prevail, and the reality is this: she's not the same. No. Like they're back on 97.1 a ticket, so you can be able to hear the game in your car and on radio. She's reaching out to Calvin Johnson, trying to bridge that gap.
Yep. Right.
Like, not that. I asked the question. J-Mo, don't kill me. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just asking the question, and it's a thing that throws me off. But let me go to you on this one, J-Mo. What should the Lions' priority be in free agency this year? I'm talking position wise. If you know it's
linebacker.
You want to think about it?
No, the same position I've been saying for the last 3 years, and until they fix it, I will keep saying linebacker. Like, I mean, who are our linebackers? Jamie Collins and Tavai under contract. That's it, right? I'm asking y'all, is that it?
Listen. I mean, you got
Kenny G and Geronimo.
Well,
I'm talking about that linebacker.
Oh, linebacker?
You got Revis Maben out there, I guess.
Is Revis Maben still under? Is Revis Maben still under contract? I'm talking about people who are under contract this year.
Christian Jones, which we extended him.
I think Jamie Collins and Tavai are the only linebackers under contract this year. And so, who?
Christian Jones.
No, are you being serious? Or you just
I believe so because they extended him, didn't they?
Well, yeah, he's under contract, but if they cut him, they get like
they're going to cut him.
Like
I'm just saying.
Billion. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You got guys in it. Oh yeah, I see Noah's. Yeah, Noah's, but Okora and like Austin Bryant are tweener guys. But yeah, really, we're very thin at linebacker. We're thinner at linebacker than we were last year, especially if they don't re-sign Jared Davis. Then our linebacking core is going to be the worst in the league. So hopefully they re-sign Davis. But even then, y'all, we just need. I'm over Isaiah Simmons, y'all. I'm over it. But I'm just saying we need Isaiah Simmons. We need a Isaiah Simmons type linebacker. I'm just dead serious. It don't have to be him, but we need that speed linebacker, sideline to sideline, that has the brain up top to read defenses and call plays. And like we still gonna need that playmaker in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay, listen. Jim, what should be the Lions' priority in free agency?
I gotta go. Well, I think linebacker is the biggest need, but if you want to go offense, I think it could be an offensive guard position, which I got for you later on that one.
Okay, listen, Jim over here trying to play with my emotions. I'm trying to keep stay straight, but I'm like, damn, where he going with this?
Because the thing is, if you have Jared Goff and you're going to take away Kenny Golladay, you got to give him something. We haven't had a running game in I don't know how long. So we have to build that offensive line, both to protect Goff because he doesn't move very well. To be honest, he's not a scrambler. I mean, I have seen him run, but he's not great at it. And then also, you just have to keep him upright, and you have to have a running game. He needs a running game, and he needs a short pass game.
Okay.
Yeah, Jared Goff needs a running game way more than Stafford did. He really needs that play action. It's the best part of his game. So he does need help with the O-line.
Easy, you back, bro?
Yes, sir.
Did you make it home safe?
I did. There was a accident on my street, so I had to hang up real quick, call my girl, make sure it wasn't her.
I hear that.
Okay.
Glad to hear that it wasn't. But prayers to those who was. Easy. What should be the Lions' number one priority in free agency this year, position wise?
In free agency?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think what's the most affordable position on the market.
Okay.
So field. I probably receiver. I mean, like Jim noted, we do only have 6 draft picks this year. I don't want them all to be receiver. So I mean, let's get some affordable receivers in the room.
Okay.
That makes sense. It makes sense.
Okay, so we got receiver, 2 linebackers. That's up to you now, Curt. I see how you feeling.
Well, I also went offensive guard. So
yeah, but you kind of like liberty into that second one though. That don't really count.
I got 2. I got 2, man.
But no, you did say offensive guard as well. So we got receiver, offensive guard, and linebacker what say you, Curt? What should be the Lions' number one priority in this year's, free agency?
Priority should be. I'm gonna have to go with my man Easy on this one. I like the wide receiver position. We just don't have any.
Yes.
Like we said, we let Kenny G go. We're gonna have to have some weapons for Jared Goff. You can't bring him in with no ammo in the gun. You just let him, So you, like Jim said, bring in the offensive. If you dress the offensive line in the draft, then you can go wide receiver. Maybe a Curtis Samuel type player, or what's his name, Reynolds, out of the Rams, who Jared Goff is very familiar with, and you bring him into the fold, and you build with speed on the outside. That's my biggest need for any receiver we bring in needs to be speed. Damn it, we don't have one. I said something earlier. I said we need to add receiver. We need to add usher. We need to add popcorn vendor. We need to speed in the Lions organization because we don't have it. I mean, Quintez Cephas, as good a receiver as he did as a rookie with the limited time he played, he's not a speed guy. You know what I'm saying? We don't have anybody that really gets separation as a wide receiver for the Lions, so we need that.
I don't think none of y'all made bad choices. I'm surprised at what y'all did though, because to me, not only do I think that the number one priority needs to be defensive line, I don't see how y'all don't. They're going to cut Danny Shelton. There's a lot of money there to get from him. Nick Williams is obviously gone, and at that point, you got basically Pennicini, and if you want to count the other dude who never played this year from Ohio State, Cornell, is that his name?
Jashawn Cornell, yeah.
Yep. So
you got Kevin Strong. You got Atkins Kevin Strong coming back.
Gone.
He sat out.
Atkins gonna be gone.
I don't know about that. We'll see.
Those guys at best is gonna be practice squad. To me, maybe wrong. I just go through history. History says you build up that D line, things get interesting for you. And so to me, I looked up today and I saw that Jarrell Casey got released by the Broncos, and I was like, ooh. See, that right there is a piece you can add and plug in. I know he's 31. I don't care. Okay. The guy can move things. He could play D-end. He could play D-tackle. And so without me really knowing what the defense is going to be, whether it's going to be a 4-3 or a 3-4 or what our overall scheme is going to be, I'm going with pieces that I know are universally going to work no matter what. And you have to start the D-line for me. The number one priority has to be some type of D-line or D-tackle. You gotta figure out how you're going to bring Romeo Core back. Mm-hmm. If you're going to bring him back, that's another question. He may want to go somewhere else, and he may be trying to, finesse that money. But to me, D-line has to be number one. You got to. Now y'all know I'm a big component of safety, but D-line for me is hands down what I want to get. It's no way of getting around it. Let me jump to this one right here, and I'm start this off with you, Curt. Obviously, we talked about what the biggest priority should be in free agency. What should be their biggest priority in the draft? I'm just saying. What should be in position wise? Let you know it's a player that you want. And mind you, let me put a little bit more of a caveat. We're talking about at 7. If they're stuck at 7, Curt, you gone? What happened to him?
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I want at number 7 the player. I want at number 7.
You don't have to be a player. You can give me a position, but the caveat is we're stuck at 7. You cannot trade the pick.
Okay.
But this should be the number one priority because you're stuck at 7.
Okay. I'm gonna say either Devontae Smith or Waddle. Best player available, and they're gonna be there at number 7.
Well, I feel like you answered that like you had a gun to him.
Right.
That was kind of a gun to your head type question.
Like, I'm just saying, I want to take away all the caveat. You're forced to say we're stuck at 7.
We're stuck at 7.
This should be the number one priority. It could be the position, or if you know who the player is, then that's just is what it is.
Yeah.
But this is the number one priority.
So I'm looking at those two guys, best player available Waddle or Smoke.
What was sports say? what?
That was me. That was me.
Oh, I'm like, what? Like, what is going on here?
Let me stop playing.
All right.
You gun ahead. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me bounce it over to you, Jim. What should be that priority? You're stuck at 7. You cannot trade that pick. You're stuck there. All right. I want to make sure I'm clear about it. Give me the position.
I'm going to make sure I'm clear on this. I am for a I'm thinking this is a 3-year or so rebuild.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So this is my caveat on what I'm going to say.
Let's go.
If Trey Lance is there, I take Trey Lance.
Let's go.
Hey Jim, you beat me to it, Jim.
Yep, that's what I'm going with.
Look! You got my man Easy over there feeling good about life.
Yes.
I'm just,
coming.
I knew it was coming. Okay, so for you're going to quarterback, particularly Trey Lance.
Yep. Just because there really isn't anybody else that I could see that I would want to take a wide receiver. I don't know if the value is there. I think if we're looking towards the future, I'm going quarterback.
Okay. All right. And apparently Easy was so ecstatic he couldn't control his energy.
Right.
Easy. What's that priority? I mean, give me that number one priority. You cannot trade the pick. You stuck at 7. Who are you taking? Position wise, or the player?
I got the trick in this motherfucking situation. Give me the trick and Trey.
That's low key right there.
Wait, are you calling him Trigger Trey? Oh my god, dude, what is going on? Give me Trigger Trey. Now you're gonna have me saying that every time I talk about him. I want Trigger Trey.
I'll be quick with it too, man. I'm telling you, man. Look, priority. We're not winning shit next year. Let's keep it real.
Let's keep it real.
I'm with you on that. Future, man. Let's get a rookie contract in here. Let's let him sit under Goff. If his feelings hurts, okay, who cares? You're here. You know what I'm saying? You're under contract. Worst case scenario, you become a trade piece. If not, I don't give a fuck. Bye. Like, give me a trick and trade. That's who my heart's set on, just because that's who I think is going to be there. If Fields is there, then that's a tough decision to make.
It is.
I still kind of convince myself Lance is the guy though. So that's what I'm rolling with.
Okay, J-Mo obviously on board with you. J-Mo,
let's go. Yeah, I will say if Fields is there, I'm taking Fields just because I think he's more NFL ready. And we don't necessarily need a Matthew Stafford. I'll take a upgraded form and version of Dak Prescott to build my team up. So besides that, I'm taking quarterback though. Like, I don't care which one it is. As long as they're there, I'm taking a quarterback because Jared Goff isn't in the future, and a lot of people think we'll be bad next year, so we could be top 10 again. But I'm going to just take my guy that I believe in. And if that's Trey Lance, if that's Justin Fields, if that's whoever it is that they believe in, then cool. But I'm definitely taking the quarterback because we got to get somebody for the future. Jared Goff won't be here in 4 years. He won't be a Lion. So we need to be trying to find a replacement. I think this is the perfect opportunity to do so. You got a team that isn't going to be good. So you need to go and fill out positions at an elite talent. And Luke, you talking about there's no defensive players. So if there's no defensive players,
I don't have a top.
I'm taking either a quarterback or a receiver, and I really don't want a receiver, so I'm going with quarterback.
Yeah, I try hard to. I really y'all don't understand. I try hard to force somebody into that top 10.
I like Stool, but I don't think he's gonna fall.
No. Can I get a rating on the nickname though?
But Zach, to me, I'm trading up for Zach Wilson, but I'm different.
All right, listen. All right, I'm ashamed of all of you.
Let me say this.
Go ahead.
I like how and I hear what you guys are saying, but this is just me, and this is my personal opinion. Outside of Lawrence, I don't trust any quarterback in the draft right now for a first-round pick. I don't trust Ohio State.
You are not alone.
I like Zach Wilson and Fields and Lawrence.
I think Zach Wilson is a prima donna, pretty boy. And
you tripping?
Woo! I don't mean he can't ball.
Bring that here.
I don't like him at all. I don't like BYU's schedule. I think their strength of schedule sucks. I don't trust him at all. I just don't. Outside
Rex
of
Grossman made it to a Super Bowl.
I don't trust any of those guys outside of in a rebuild. I don't trust any of those guys outside of Trevor Lawrence. I just don't.
But they won't be in a rebuild because of Jared Goff.
I mean,
they'll be sitting. Jared Goff is really the one that's going to be going through the rebuild.
Yeah, but I just don't. I don't trust them long term. That's just me. I just don't think. I mean,
have you actually researched the QBs?
Yeah, I mean, I have, but we've done our research. Come on, man, we do a daily show.
All right, we gonna see who good and who not.
But that's just my opinion. I don't trust them. That's just me. I mean, I'm not saying that you all have to agree with me. I don't trust them myself. That's why I went with best player available at number 7 with the wide receiver.
Yeah. And I'm under the assumption that we're going to sit the quarterback for a year at least, and so I think that that will help a lot at the NFL level. You've seen Green Bay do it. You've seen other teams sit the quarterback for a while, and I think that's the situation with some of these guys. I think you have to sit them and let them learn a little bit. And we get our quarterback of the future. We get our rebuild going on. I don't trust Jared Goff. I think I don't trust Jared Goff more than I don't trust some of the quarterbacks in the draft.
Yeah, I mean,
but that's just me.
I'm just shocked at this whole conversation right now. Keep going. This is good.
You look at what Anthony Lynn said. Anthony Lynn said that you got Jared Goff, so he said it doesn't matter who's at quarterback, the best quarterback or whoever wins in the camp is going to play. So I don't trust those young quarterbacks right now. I don't trust any. I mean, I just don't trust them. If they beat out Jared Goff, I just don't trust those guys to be in a position to put the team in a great position during the season. I just don't trust those quarterbacks outside of Trevor Lawrence.
The thing for me, so let me ask you this, Curt. Do you trust Jared Goff?
Do I trust Jared Goff? I would trust him more than a rookie.
But do you trust him? Do you trust Jared Goff? Like you say, this is the guy.
We're set. Yeah, like this is the franchise dude. We're set.
Am I saying he's a franchise fan? I'm not. I'm saying he's on a 2-year. He's on a 2-year tryout for me. I'm not saying.
So it's safe to say you don't trust him though.
I trust him for a year. Yeah, I trust him for a year.
That same dude that you want to bounce around, not trusting.
I mean, the guy
went to the Super Bowl.
The guy who went to the playoff 4 out of 6 seasons and made to a Super Bowl. Yeah, I trust him.
Okay. Look, and here's why he went to that Super Bowl on a rookie deal. It's just like Luke said earlier. Rex Grossman went to the Super Bowl. Like you get a guy in here on a rookie deal, and it allows you to put more talented pieces around him.
Yeah,
2 years.
That's true.
Now,
he's right.
Nick Bosa hitting the market. You got Devin White hitting the market. You could you can make it rain on him. You know what I'm saying? Like come on, because we built something by now. We have 2 first-round picks in the next 2 years.
Yep.
I mean,
let's build it, baby.
I think what you guys are saying. I'm not saying y'all are wrong. I'm just saying that I have a different opinion, and I can.
Plus, we have a decent backup if somebody gets hurt. It's not Chase Daniel. No, I'm just kidding.
Listen,
he want to save money. There's a place to save money.
He's gonna get cut too. That's $3 million right there.
Not the Trigger Chase like Trigger Trey. You got Trigger Chase.
Trigger Chase.
Hell no.
Listen, let me just say this.
My nickname, Curt. Down.
Hey, listen. He said we went from Trigger Trey to Trigger Chase. I'm like, bruh. Listen, let me say this. I respect what all y'all saying. I get what y'all are putting out there, but this is lunacy to me. If you're stuck at 7, okay, there is just no reason to take a wide receiver. There just isn't. Not with this draft. Mm-hmm. You're going to get you a receiver in this draft easy. So that's first. Yeah. Second, if you're at 7, there's no reason to take a quarterback. And here's my logic for this. According to y'all, they ain't winning nothing no way. So they should be picking high enough to get a quarterback next year. So it shouldn't matter.
Yep. Well,
to me,
you got to get a quarterback if you're going to develop.
There you pull that trigger.
But you're going to be picking high anyway, so it don't matter. Right?
But to me, it don't matter if you're picking high. It's about getting your guy. So like, if you're going to be picking high, regardless, I would be picking high 2 years in a row. I'm going to get the guy that I want. That's what I'm looking at it like that because some people care less.
To me, you're picking high next year, you can't guarantee a quarterback's going to be in that spot. Or like, and then in that situation, I don't want to be in a situation where we have to mortgage these picks that we have to build a team with to go get that guy.
Yeah, I don't see that as a scenario. What I see is if I'm stuck at 7, I am going to continue to invest in my offensive line. Period. There is There, if he's there at 7, you damn Skippy.
I think he's later, but I mean, if he would trade,
if who's at 7,
out of Northwestern,
you talking about the O lineman
out of Northwestern,
yeah, he's talking about Slater out of Northwestern. Sewell will be gone in the top 5, I guarantee.
But let's say it is. Let's say it is Sewell. Let's say he is the one that.
If Sewell's there, that's my pick.
Right, but my view is this: if you're building up the offensive line, you're building up the defensive line. This draft is a unique draft that somehow, ironically, caters to the Lions. Most of their needs. They need receivers. You got tons of them in this draft.
Yeah,
they need linebackers. They got tons of them in this draft. You need D linemen because there's more receivers and other positions higher that people are going to be looking at. Most of those D linemen that you thought weren't going to be there in the 3rd round are going to fall. You're going to have options. For me, I say build up the line. Do the same thing that the Dallas Cowboys did. Basically, built up a team where they can plug and play. Their biggest problem with Jason Garrett was the head coach, and so to me, quarterback.
Yeah, but I like quarterback because you can sit him for a year, and if you're thinking year 3 in the rebuild, and you want to sit that guy for at least a year or 2, and you've got the bridge quarterback in place right now, I think it's a good idea. I do.
Yeah, but
here's Luke is like if you're getting that quarterback next year, you're waiting years for him to develop either way. Like you're not getting a rookie quarterback and like, oh,
but he's going to be with NFL coaches. He's going to be with NFL training camps and strength and conditioning coaches. Yeah. He's going to be in the program for a year. He's going to know the offense in a year. So you're giving that guy a whole year head start.
I feel everything you're saying. Like I'm not knocking nothing y'all saying. I don't think none of y'all are outrageous in y'all view.
Right.
But the bottom line is this: Jared Goff ain't going nowhere for at least 2 seasons.
We know that.
Okay, and if he performs, he's gonna be here for the full 3. You're gonna have opportunity to get those types of players, in my opinion, because especially if I'm going by y'all believe that we ain't winning nothing this year anyway. Which I again, I just look at it a little bit different. But to me, you're stuck at 7. That was the main caveat of the question. You're stuck at 7.
Mm-hmm.
The only pick that one gives you the best chance of not having a bust is the offensive lineman. Build it up. Give your quarterback something that no quarterback has really had since they have been in a Detroit Lion uniform. But protection.
I just don't know that. I'm not sure Slater's the pick at 7 just because I think we could have got him later if we could trade back. That would be my ideal scenario.
Okay, so let's say for example, it ain't Slater. Let's say it's Jesus, the USC dude.
Shoot.
I'm drawing blanks right now.
Yeah,
y'all.
me too.
I'm reading messages and I'm doing stuff. The point that I'm trying to make is it makes no sense to have most of your money wrapped up in the quarterback position for a 1-year rental because Goff is here for that contract. He's playing for that 3 years. I just unless he just sucks. Now, if he sucks, obviously we're going to go a different direction. But if he's sucking like y'all thinking that this team gonna be this year, they're gonna be picking in the top 7 again anyway. Who can? So you'll be able to still find the quarterback if you that much of a need of it. My issue is this. I just want to see them do something different. I want to be able to have the team ready to go. It's a reason why Dak Prescott came in and looked like the next Joe Montana because everything was already pre-built around him for success. He just had poor coaching. I'm just pointing out there. Y'all can kill me later.
I don't disagree with you, but is that guy there? It's Vera Tucker is the guy that we were thinking of from USC. Thank you, chat. But is these guys the guys? You know what I mean? So that's just my opinion.
I understand what Jim is saying because if we draft this guy you're talking about, to me, he has to be better than Frank Ragnow. And do you know how good Frank Ragnow is?
Well, not really.
Drafting a man at 7.
Oh, he's a tackle.
If you're drafting him at 7, he has to be an elite guard almost immediately.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're getting a guard, he needs to come in basically playing like Quentin Nelson. Like
I agree.
Yeah.
That's,
You think Slater's that? Because I'm not sold on that.
I'm not saying that about Slater. What I'm saying is my view is I'm not really focusing in on necessarily a player per se at this point as much as I am the position.
But those are the people in the position. the people that are going to be
but
there.
I got
so
other.
that's what I'm looking at.
But I got other options besides Slater. I got he ain't the only one. You know,
well, him and Sewell and Tucker are probably the top three. I think.
Top three.
I'm just saying, you got options.
Yeah, but they're not good options.
What's that? OMG Lions Talk brought up in the chat earlier was we're talking about Wilson out of Tennessee.
Yeah, he is a beast. I agree.
At him, but I think he's a bust. He said Isaiah's a win, but it's Isaiah Wilson.
Well, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that.
But I agree with you. Offensive line. I agree with what your sentiment is about drafting an offensive lineman or that position. I agree with Jim. Is it going to be more available later on in the first round?
I got a question.
He'll be there.
Go ahead.
You asked this question, and I just noticed we had the worst defense probably in Lions history, arguably.
Yes.
And none of us had any defensive anything in the first round. It was all offensive. It was wide receivers. It was quarterbacks. It was O-linemen.
But who's that?
I just find it kind of funny that our defense is the worst, but we not gonna get a defensive player in the first round. It's kind of sad.
The best player available thing. We're not talking about like I mean, I get that.
No, I know that you're not talking about that. I just find that funny that we all picking offense.
But the reason that is
our defense is the worst unit on the team.
Like the reason that is this. If this was a year where Josh Allen was in this draft, we would be saying take Josh Allen at 7. Right? Mm-hmm. If Chase Young was in this draft, we would be saying take Chase Young at 7. Right?
No,
like this is the reality. There is, I'm just saying, there are defensive players in this draft that I don't even have in my top 10.
Yeah.
But my point is, I'm sure there's going to be a defensive stuff from this draft. No matter where he was drafted, and when they do a redraft, they'll be like him. And I'm not saying Lions go find that dude. I'm just saying it's sad that our defense is the worst unit in the first round. We can't even address it.
I'm sick of us reaching for need instead of drafting the best player on the board.
Mm-hmm. And I can understand that sentiment. To me, I'm doing it a little bit different, just a little bit.
It works both ways, though. Ragnar was a need move.
It does, but I'm just saying for me, it's a little bit different. In this, I said when everybody's talking about some get Herbert, get Tua, I was like, why? We're gonna be picking in the top 10. No, man, bro. Patricia's the head coach. We pick it in the top 10. We're in the top 10, right? I'm telling you right now, I don't see us falling into the top 10 next year, right? And I'm cool. I'm cool with that. But if I'm wrong and you guys are right, then we really don't got to take no quarterback because we're gonna be in the top 10 anyway.
Yeah, whatever.
That quarterback's gonna be in front of you next year,
right?
Listen, I'm not
there now.
Listen, I'm not worried about that because you can go out and draft a quarterback and they could end up being a bust. It's a lot of things that we can go and shoulda, woulda, coulda, ifs, and horseshoes. We're not doing that. I'm merely saying you're stuck at 7. What gives you the best chance to me is an offensive lineman.
Yeah, is that the best chance? It is for the future, but I don't think that's the best player there. I love Slater. I'm not trying to diss Slater. I don't think Sewell's going to be there, so I don't think that's an option. I don't see any defensive players there. And so I look, okay, what is going to be the best benefit for our team going forward? And because I don't necessarily believe in Goff, I think the quarterback position needs to be addressed this year.
I have a question real quick. Was Ragnar first round pick?
Yes. 17 overall, I believe.
No, he was like 23rd overall.
Was he really? I thought he was.
Yeah, Ragnar was drafted in the 20s.
23. Oh,
yep.
okay.
He's the 20th, I think. Okay. Was Taylor Decker a first round pick?
Yeah, 16.
Yep.
Was Lakin Tomlinson a first round pick?
Yep.
Did they change anything for us?
Well, Ragnar, I would say.
Okay, was Calvin Johnson a first round pick? Did he change anything for us?
Right. I mean, right. I'll finna get it. I'm just saying,
like we had.
That's a terrible argument because we didn't build a team.
I'm saying, well, you got to remember, Ragnar is like
one player does not change the entire team. That's just the way it is.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
But Ragnar was like a top 3 player on the team.
That's fair. But within a 5-year span, we had multiple years where we took linemen.
You're right, but the difference is
he's
this.
right.
The difference, no, I'm gonna tell you why he's wrong. The difference is
I'm right. We took linemen right, and they didn't result in nothing.
I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong. Okay,
but I'm right because we took the lineman and didn't result in
okay.
nothing.
Well,
So
let me tell you.
why.
Let me tell you why you're wrong.
We took Barry Sanders and we got one win in the playoffs.
I'm just
argument.
the reality doesn't make sense. Okay. When we took people like Taylor Decker, we were trying to build an offensive line. There were no compliments there. When we took a guy like Lakeland Thomason, we were trying to build an offensive line. There were no compliments there. When we took guys like Frank Ragnow, we were still trying to build an offensive line. We now have 3 legit offensive linemen with Decker, Ragnow, and Jackson. Now, we know that those are our 3. We added a free agent in Big V. We don't know what the hell he's going to be. I was a little weary, but I told people and everybody told me I was crazy. It is what it is. The difference is with this move of adding another offensive line, you already have 3 legitimate linemen. There is no, I'm trying to build it with just starting off with this guy. No, we have 3 pieces that are ready to rock and roll that are good linemen. And you add another one, you're talking about having 4 out of 5 good linemen. The last team that had 4 out of 5 good linemen was the Dallas Cowboys. They ran the ball on people. They were able to pass the ball on people. They did a lot of things differently, and it had an impact. But when you go through and you look at teams like the Cleveland Browns, when they go out after the Lions took Calvin Johnson and they took Joe Thomas, they took Joe Thomas. Joe Thomas didn't change much for him, but they also never really built anything around Joe Thomas to change anything. An offensive line is a unit, not a player. And so for me, I'm not looking at a person and saying, oh, he got to come in and do this for me. No, I'm trying to complete the circle. I'm trying to complete the one thing that this team has always lacked. I'm tired of hearing about quarterbacks getting sacked 30 and 40 times. You fix that by being able to run the ball. If you were to go out and take a quarterback or you take a receiver or something like that, it ain't going to matter if the quarterback on his back. And if you don't believe me, go watch the Super Bowl. They would die for a lineman right now. They're trying to build the line so the quarterback can step and they can run the ball. So that's why I say you're wrong, because when we took those guys, we were taking those guys to build the line. We got 3. You're going to add another one. That's 4. And you pray to God that the free agent turn into something. Big V. Pray for him. But that's the difference. That's the difference, in my opinion.
And we're also talking about the players that are available. We're going to take the best player available, because what's going to happen if that guy turns into a stud and he takes over some position, we could trade the other guy that's there. I mean, This is the thing that we have. You know what I'm saying? That's what other teams do. Other teams draft for best player. We draft need all the time. And the bad thing is we talk about, okay, well, we took 3 offensive linemen. Okay. But one player every year is not going to make or break the team. That's the way I feel about it. We had Stafford, we've had Calvin Johnson, we've had Barry Sanders, we've had all these people, but we haven't really built an O-line. Even though we've tried, we have not done it. We're not succeeded.
Nope.
And so we need to build a team and not rely on, we had this one dude, and because we had this one dude, we should be great. Well, Calvin Johnson blows that myth. Barry Sanders blows that myth, and so does Stafford. Stafford's a lot better than people give him credit for.
Yeah, but and also the other part that people miss is we always talk about how good the 2011 and 2014 defense was. Well, you know what? They took a bunch of D linemen in free agency in the draft to build up a defensive line to get after you. You had a Cliff Avery, you had a Kyle Vanderbosch, you had an Ndamukong Suh, you had a Nick Fairley. And then they was rotating in these other guys. Mm-hmm. They had these options. We never once, ever in the history of the Lions said, yeah, they built the Great Wall of Detroit. Never heard that. We built that bridge. We never said that, because that's never been the case. They were fortunate when they had Barry, who can create, he was like Jesus with the ball running it. I mean, he turning water to wine. But even he had a lot of negative yards. Now ask yourself, if he had that same offensive line that Emmett had, how many more yards could he have had? What would the records have been? How long would he have played? And I'm just saying, if everybody don't believe in Jared Goff and everybody wants to go out and get the quarterback right now, who cares if you got to get the quarterback right now? Who cares if he's Michael Vick or he's Lamar Jackson? When you're getting put on your back, it don't matter. Just the reality.
Here's another thing too, Luke, is like you're wrong. Those were complement pieces. One, you drafted them consecutively in the way we did. 2, you're neglecting the fact that we signed splash free agents at the offensive line position with TJ Lang, Rick Wagner. Like those were compliments. We've tried that way. It's just not it.
We tried receiver too. We tried with Charles Rogers. We tried with Mike Williams, and we ended up with a Calvin Johnson. Just because you try something don't mean it's over. I mean, the very first time you got down in the bedroom, I don't think you was in there killing them with, like you had to learn some stuff. I'm just pointing out to you that just because you tried it don't mean nothing. The Lions need to do something that they are already on the midst of doing. Keep continuing to add on to the damn offensive line. You got 3 pieces.
You have been doing that. Rick Wagner was a piece.
So
right?
Yeah, but what do you do? What is your path to
piece? And then we had Laken Tomlinson. And then you drafted Taylor Decker. Like we've been trying to build this line. I get it. You do.
We haven't succeeded though. That's the point.
At 7, that's just not where I'm going. Like
that's okay. I'm going quarterback with you, easy. But the argument is, you can't really look at Green Bay. I'm just going to bring this up. They picked Jordan Love last year, right? That was not a huge need over there, right? They're picking the best player that they believe is going to change their team for the future. So that's why I'm on board with the Trey Lance thing with you, Easy. But we always pick need. We seem to pick need all the time and reach for need. We reach for players.
Off about Ebron.
E-bust. Yeah.
Yeah, E-bust.
You know what I'm saying? We reach for need quite a bit. We very rarely draft for best player.
I mean, we had a point where we used to, but you're right, it is rare. Let me switch gears because this is a question that was brought on by OMG, and since we are already on an offensive lineman topic, I figure I'll throw it in there. So apparently, former first round pick, Mr. Isaiah Wilson. Y'all remember that guy, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he wants out of Tennessee, and OMG would like to know, and we're gonna start this off with you, Jim. Would you trade a late round pick for Isaiah Wilson?
No, not right now. We only have 6 picks.
Did y'all want to?
I'm not sold on him. I'm not sold on him at all. That's just me. It's just me. But no, I wouldn't.
Okay, you don't even want to think of. All right, let's see. All right, Curt, would you trade a late round pick for Isaiah Wilson from the Tennessee Titans?
As many point guards would do in the NBA, I'm a pass.
Damn, really? The setup was beautiful, Curt. That was beautiful. This going faster than I thought. Easy. Would you trade a late round pick for former first round pick Isaiah Wilson?
No.
I mean, are y'all gonna think about it? Just give it a minute. Can somebody go?
Look, you dude who cried all year about us trading a late round pick for my man Everson Griffin.
Well, first of all, you're wrong again. I didn't cry all year. I cried for 5 games. The 5 games he played. So thank you very much. Okay. Thank you very much.
That's the whole year.
You still messaging us about it.
I'm just saying.
It was the rest of the year, not the whole year.
Right, not the whole year. It was the rest. It was those 7 to 5 games that he happened to be in. Okay. I'm just and to be honest, I was right. Thank you. Thank you.
I think you were right. I do too. I think you're right as well.
Why would we make the same mistake?
Fair enough. J-Mo. J-Mo, what do you think? Do you think the Lions should, take a shot and trade a late round pick for Isaiah Wilson, former first round pick? J-Mo. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, he a killer. He's a killer. I heard it. Yeah, we're gonna call him Trigger Wilson. No, okay.
I'm not pulling the trigger.
Here's my view on this. You say a late round pick, right? Are you talking like a 6 or a 7? My problem is this. I am a stickler for the small things. If you ever watch any of my film reviews, I will point out some stuff that don't need to be pointed out, but it's because it irritates me. And the small becomes the whole. It becomes the big. It's no way of getting around it. So for me, it's a bit of an issue for me. When it comes to this guy, if I am to believe the reports that he's showing up overweight, he's showing up out of shape, he's showing up not knowing the playbook, he's not showing up. He's showing up like, if I'm to believe that, I want no parts of it. I like Xavier Collins. When I do my film study, which I'm trying to debate if I'm going to do that live or just do a video. I think y'all like the live one, so I might do that one live. I'm going to point out some stuff y'all not going to like. It's not me being personal. It's not me being nitpicky. It's me saying that I know that those little things turn to big. If you're telling me that I'm giving up a late round pick for this guy, you're talking about a 7th. Okay? That is as far as I'm willing to go.
You only have 6 picks.
I'm just we wouldn't have had that if we, weren't trying to trust EG, but that's another story. Right. I'm just saying, to me, it's not there if I'm to believe it. But if I'm to believe that he's gonna come in ready to learn, he's ready to be rejuvenated and get it right. He's not getting in trouble off the field. A 7th round, maybe a 6 at best. But overall, I'm good. I don't read too many things that make me want to puke. And
that's why we all said no so quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I read so much, bro. I really did. And it's nerve-wracking in my opinion. J-Mo, you back? Want to make sure I give him a shot.
No, I think he said in the private chat he needed.
Yeah, he said he'd be right back. All right, let's go to this next question. This will be the next one before we take y'all questions and then we get up out of here. Real quick, we're gonna run through it. Starting off with you, Easy. Give me one free agent. You can get only one free agent. Only one. I'm gonna say it again. Only one. I don't want no alternates. I want one. You get your pick. Who you going after?
I mean, it's tough. We don't got free agent money to play fun games like this. We gotta play. We gotta be. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough. That means
shop with what we got. You know what I'm saying? We gotta grab somebody affordable, man. Somebody's affordable. We can plug and play. I'll say this: a high character guy. Like, remember when the turnaround, Restore the Roar with Jim Schwartz? We got Kyle Vandevash. Let's get someone like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's get a character guy to help lead these young men we're about to start bringing to this organization with all these draft picks and trades, all these new faces. Let's put some leaders in front of them.
Okay. All right. Okay. What say you, Curt? You get one free agent. You can have him. We're not even gonna fight you on it. I just want to know who you gonna go and get. Just give me a reason of why too.
Yeah.
One free agent.
One free agent. Don't complicate this now.
Don't complicate it. Anybody I can get. Hopefully we can get them for some good money.
I know it's hard.
It's very hard.
It's hard out here in these streets.
It is very hard on these streets. I'm going to say we've been talking about the linebacking core for a while. So I am going to say if money is no object, I'm going to get Levante David.
Okay. Oh, okay. I see where you're going with this. And why you feel? Because you feel like we need that linebacker help?
We need that. Our linebacker core is just atrocious. It's terrible. I mean, that guy. He's big. He can cover. I mean, he's coming off Super Bowl. I don't think it's a snowball chance as hell we can get him out of Tampa. But if money was no object and one guy I can go get, I would go get Levante David. He's the best linebacker that's really out on the market right now in free agency.
Okay, listen, I'm not killing nobody's pick up today with this one. What say you, Jim? You get one, just one.
I get one.
I'm
going Matt Milano, Buffalo linebacker.
Why?
Yeah, have you seen our linebacking core? This dude's 26 years old. I mean, he's a good linebacker, and I'm telling you, we need linebacking help. I don't know, because I don't know if we're getting rid of all the guys that you think we're getting rid of. We'll see, But that's my guy. That's what I went with.
Listen, I'm not killing none of y'all, and I thought for the longest that I would go with that linebacker pick myself. Let me see if J-Mo is back. J-Mo, are you back? All right, he's still out. All right. Here's the thing. I know my response is going to probably be a little bit different than a lot of y'all's. I'm not trying to be difficult. But for me, there is really one person I'm going to take, and I'm going to tell you why. If I can get one free agent right now, I'm taking Jarrell Casey. Follow me for a minute. I know he's older. I know he has had an injury as of last year, right? But that injury is going to cause him to come in here at dirt cheap. I'm talking dirt cheap. I'm looking at this like, if I can go out and get a guy that I don't even got to give a long-term deal to, he can be a bridge. We always want to bridge quarterback. We can't bridge no other position. He could be a bridge guy to our D lineman. And here's the other thing about it. Jarrell is a guy that I know can play inside at D tackle. He's also a guy that I know can play DN. He can play in the 3-4. He can play in the 4-3. He got that ability and that adjustment. But what that really does is it frees up money to keep Romeo Okwara. It frees up money to keep Jared Davis. Just signing that one dude.
Yeah,
that's all
I'm just looking at it as Milano's 26. So we've got 2 years before we're going to be good. He'll be getting right into his prime right there. You know what I mean?
But the problem is Milano going to cost us more money, and he's not going to have a D line in front to keep them offensive linemen off of him. And one thing about playing linebacker, ain't nothing more beautiful than having a lane to fill.
We have at least 2 drafts to build to. So it's not like, oh, we're just going to get this one guy and that's it.
Yeah, but it's people from previous draft that I know. I had like Malik Jefferson. That was he's a guy that I know a lot of people had. Like, you can get him dirt cheap now. He's a free agent. And you got a lot of teams who are going to be cutting players and stuff. So you're going to have options at the linebacker position that's not going to cost you. Plus, with this draft, this is a unique way. You can't do it. It says so you like another Freeney experiment. It's not, to me, it's not a Freeney experiment that I'm looking at.
Now, how old is this guy?
31. Yeah. I'm not looking at a Freeney experiment. What I'm looking at is this. I'm looking at the fact that right here. This is it. Luke is still trying to win next year. I believe we can. And I believe that he could be a piece to start that. Because guess what's going to happen? They're going to look hard at Sheldon Rankins. You don't think they're going to be staring at Sheldon Rankins? Mm-hmm. But Sheldon Rankins is going to cost more than Jarrell Casey.
I just think that I'm trying to build a team. And so if I'm looking at this, I'm looking at it like, okay, this guy is young enough. He can plug and play in that defense. I believe this. So I've got that position filled. Now I'll go move on to another position. I'm not trying to get a position where I'm going to have to fill it again in the next 3 years.
Yeah, but here's the difference. One of the complaints that I've been hearing is we don't know if that quarterback is going to be there. Now you're going to tell me that you don't know if the D tackle going to be there with 2 first-round picks next year?
Oh, but you didn't ask me if I like the trade or not. So, I'm stuck with Jared Goff. I can't change that now.
Fair enough. But I'm just saying, I think that route does a lot more. You got to keep in mind, can you get a good talent for dirt cheap that's going to still perform better? They're going to be, listen, Trey Flowers is going to play a whole lot of 3-tech. Right, like I guarantee you, he's gonna play a whole lot of 3-tech. Mm-hmm. So now the question be, and you know that they're going to leave Okwara to play the other DN spot. They're going to probably put the other Okwara brother at the other DN spot.
So we still have Deshaun Hand, right?
I think he's a free agent too.
Is he? I'm not sure he is. I thought he was still under contract for a year, but I might be wrong about that. Hey, chat, let me know.
I'm over the cap right now. I'll tell you. If he's
I'm pretty sure he's a free agent. I could be wrong. It says why don't talk building from the trenches out like Luke trying to do?
I love that idea. I'm all for that. If we have that available in the draft at that pick, sure. But I just don't think I have the value at 7 for that's just my opinion. Yeah, I could be wrong, but I don't see a defensive lineman at 7. I don't see a D tackle at 7. I don't see an offensive tackle that's going to be there for us that's value at 7. So I'm going to pick the best player there.
I never cared about this idea of value. Value is only in the person who buying it, right? Like, for example, don't y'all kill me for this. I think the Cheesecake Factory cheesecake is disgusting. I will put my mama's, grandma, auntie, your mom's, auntie, grandma cheesecake against the Cheesecake Factory. I guarantee you it's 10 times better. Mm-hmm. But guess what? The Cheesecake Factory is popular, and people buy those cheesecakes all the time because they view that value of that. I think that 300 C's are overrated, right? But people would buy it. I think Phantoms are overrated, right? But people will buy it. That's what they value.
Okay, so I'm not evaluating that as, okay, well, but we've reached before for players, and it didn't work out for us. You know, I think Kerryon Johnson, although J-Mo likes him, has had a very disappointing career. We move up for him. We reach for him. We've reached for a lot of other players that, in my opinion, we could have got somebody much better if we would have stuck to the board and done the right thing. That's just my opinion, though. You know.
But you're speaking in a factual standpoint.
Absolutely.
Where that has happened. It just hasn't happened with this new group. This
right.
race.
And that's totally fair.
So I want to give them a chance to do their thing. And if the idea is they're doing a rebuild, then I'm not looking to just do it a different way because everybody else failed in their process. Let me see how they start their first one off. You got to keep in mind, what was the first pick that Bob Quin took with his first draft? Do anybody remember that?
No. Was it Davis? I thought it was Davis too.
Jared Davis was his first pick.
I want to try that. Then y'all go. He went with Tease Tabor afterwards.
Yep.
So I'm just saying.
They were even saying Tease Tabor was a reach and wasn't even on their radar.
And I personally thought that Tease
Tavai as well. And I don't like Tavai all that much.
I thought Tease would have been better at safety, but again, what the hell do I know? Right?
He was so much of a reach. He wasn't even on the people didn't even have tape on him. They didn't know who he was.
Man,
that was the craziest reach. But Deshaun Hand to the research, he's under contract for 2021.
But value doesn't mean anything. Just take a 7th round pick guy that we'll take him at 7.
Now listen, good people, start getting your questions ready. So we can start going through the questions for you and answer any questions that you have. So we can get out of here in a timely fashion. But I gotta toss this out to all of y'all. J-Mo, you back, bro? Let me just make sure. I'm gonna keep checking in and see what J-Mo get back. So all right, cool. All right. Here's the thing. I know that you've been talking about best player available. What if they say best player available is Kyle Pitts? You okay with that?
You know what? Because he can play wide receiver too. I said no to this at first, but after looking at him, holy cow! If you pair him with Hawkinson, that is going to be really tough for people to cover.
Oh, that's I don't know.
Code. That's crazy. If that's the best player that this staff feels that's the best player available, that's who I go with. I don't care. We have so many holes to fill, and we have so many players that, this player is going to change us all around. No, you need a team of very good players and some superstars that put it in there. We don't do that. We don't go ahead and grab the guy that is going to be part of the team.
Mr. Marcus says that his first pick was Taylor Decker. Let me think about this. I thought
it was Davis, and I could be wrong.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I really try my best to wipe out certain memories out of my head because I get ticked off when I think about it was Taylor Decker, Ohio State left tackle.
Yep,
I think it was Taylor
okay.
Decker. Yeah. It was Taylor Decker, and then it was Davis, and then from Davis we end up, we gonna keep going.
Right.
But yeah,
I was just guessing. I thought it was Davis.
Yeah. Let me see. It says I thought about this and I said that what position would help this team the most.
Oh, he was commenting to me. I asked him
okay.
I said give me some teams that went the O-line route, draft to the draft and whatnot. And we haven't found any, but we found the Colts. The Colts still team is kind of floating around there. Although I think Carson Wentz going to take them over the top a little bit. So we'll see.
All right, here we go. It says, Luke, you still think Jared Davis better than Devin White? Yes. Yes, I do.
Whoa!
Yes, I do.
Oh,
wow. The thing about Devin White is that everybody think the grass is greener on the other side, but nobody looks at what the hell they putting on the grass, or if the grass is AstroTurf, right? Mm-hmm. And so when I look at Devin White, let's just be honest. He got Ndamukong Suh, Vita Vea there. Mm-hmm. He got Jason Pierre-Paul. Then he got Levante David next to him. Like, bruh, stop playing with me. This as a linebacker, hell yes, give me that. Why you think I'm trying to get us the interior guys? So yes, I do still think he's better because they are essentially the same player. The difference is if you go back and look at that team before Ndamukong Suh got there, and look at Devin White's rookie year. I know y'all gonna say this is rookie year, but look at his rookie year. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. It wasn't. It was like okay, and this is a guy who watched the Bucs. So yes, I would still say that. I stand by that. You can kill me for it later. I ain't mad at you.
Well, you got to look at it. You have to look at the whole situation too. It's like saying Stafford, oh, he's not as good as this guy because he didn't win a playoff game. Well, look at the team he has around him. It's just look at the team that Devin White has around him, as opposed to our guy Davis. And
but you can't tell me Jared Davis wouldn't be a monster in that defense.
Yes, on that defense,
yes, he would.
Because they rely so much on the defensive line, and I totally agree with Luke what he was saying to build the defensive line. I totally agree with that. We have so many holes; it's crazy though.
Jay White says, "What's the trade back best option?" Ooh, this is a good one. We're gonna talk this off with you, Jay, because you back. Give me your best trade back option. I got a really good one, and that's been in my head for the longest, and I've been saving
options. Honestly, I'm not really like a trade back type person that be putting all these packages together, and I don't really know what's going on in this situation. But what I would say is I would see what Philadelphia is talking about, because maybe they want our pick, and if they do, what y'all talking about? I don't know what their picks are, none of that. But, teams that, will want to be at that 7th pick, the Colts are now off the table. But, if Miami got some picks, I'll trade with them.
Okay. All right. I'm going to talk this one over to you, Easy. I know I think it was you, Jim, who said we don't know the options. Or was that Easy that said we don't know the options?
That was me. Yeah, we don't know the trade back options. So I can't even speak on like what are the best trade back options. We will never even know what other options.
But we do know the options, though. We know the options.
We don't know the options. We'll never know the options.
Yeah, we do know the options. What are you talking about? Just go back and look at the teams who need a quarterback, right?
That doesn't mean that we know that they're going to for sure be there.
We're gonna have to worry about Cincinnati as well.
Well, here's the thing. If we're picking 7, right, and if you're Denver wants to move up. Right,
that was going to be my guess. Was Denver
right? Denver wants to move up, so you go through. You keep going through the draft for it. Now, let's say you getting word that Denver wants to move up. Now, guess who comes into play at 8? The Panthers. They move up one spot, and you still make out like a fat cat. You just can't beat it. So to me, there's options, and for me, the best trade back option I could think of is the one where Carolina feels pressure. And now all of a sudden comes to Detroit and say, hey, what you want for that 7th pick? Because now they're going to have to give us pick 8 to move up one spot. And now we're probably picking up a 2nd in this year's draft and a 4th and maybe a 3rd in next year's draft just to move up one spot. That to me is the best trade option, because guess what? Who finna play this game and risk somebody else jumping ahead of you to get your player? Play it. You're going to be mad about life? Just saying.
No, yeah, right? that's what's there. It's taking all day. We don't know what's there for sure.
Izzy77 says, Luke, would moving picks to receivers screw up his game? I think poor coaching will screw up any player's game. They did the same thing with Claypool. You got to move a guy around. The whole purpose is to create a mismatch. I remember Antonio Gates when he came on the scene. That dude was playing receiver, tight end, fullback. They had this one. Listen, bro. They had this one formation I'd never forget. And this is when I was still playing Madden. They had this one formation where they would put Gates in the backfield with Sproles, right, and LaDainian. And I'm like, bro, how you gonna figure this life out, bro? What you gonna do with this? Like, there's nothing that you can do with this. And so to me, no, I don't think it messes them up. Now, if it does, they need to be smart enough to say put them back at tight end, in my opinion. But if they don't, then that's another problem. Let's see what other questions y'all got.
J-Mo, your camera's on, bro.
Yeah, J-Mo, you sent
someone said J-Mo making a damn sandwich.
Your whole kitchen, bro.
I thought you doing it on purpose, bro. I swear to God.
Everybody got to eat out here, bro.
I thought, listen. I'm watching him make it. I'm like, bro, he's doing this. He's doing this on purpose.
Hey, you about to watch what I was about to throw on it, dog? Hey, it's all good. It's all good. I have my camera on most of the time anyway, man.
You became the star of the show, Jamie.
I was like,
Bro,
hey, that's funny, man.
It was so distracting because I was like, yo, what are you gonna put up some cheese on that motherfucker? Yeah, he put some cheese on that. I was looking, bro. I'm hungry right now. I ain't gonna play with you.
Bro, I am starving, bro.
I ain't even gonna play with you. All right, listen. Any more questions, good people? I want to make sure I can get on them because we getting ready to get up out of here. Because I am hungry, and J-Mo didn't do nothing to help that cause at all. Nothing. Nothing.
Hey, can I give a shout out to my people? I see y'all in the chat. My Flintstones, what up, though? To my fellow Flintstones out
where they at? Where they at? Let me see. Where they at so I can tag.
Jay White.
Who are you?
Oh, yeah, Jay White.
He said, you know what I'm saying, what up, though, to the Flintstones. So, you know, I got to give out to my fellow Flintstones. You know how we do it in Bedrock. You know,
I'm just in Bedrock. You know how we do it in Bedrock. Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. If I don't see no more questions, I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing over with. I'll probably take a few more and then we out. Let me see. I just think the Lions are going to trade down. Brad is supposed to know talent, so let's see. I think that's the plan too. I think the best case scenario is to trade down, right? Like that's everybody's whole thing. But I also think that if you're stuck at 7, you need to take what helps your team immediately. You got a guy in Swift. If you just give him an inch, he'll go a mile. Mm-hmm. And you can't do that with a poor offensive line. You can't, I saw this statistic the other day where they was talking about the top rushing attacks over the last 4 or 5 years and which way they ran. And on the Dallas Cowboys, they always ran on Zach Martin's side. Always. On the Colts, they always ran on Quentin Nelson's side. Always. On the Titans, they always ran it on the left. I forgot the name of the damn guard. I can't think of his name, but they always ran it that way. And to me, that was a telling sign. We cannot become a team that can only run to the left. That's the right side of a field. So just keep that in mind. It says, how far should the Lions trade down? All right, this is a beautiful question. I'm gonna give my view. Question. I would get as low as 19.
Yeah. That's
about as far as I'm willing to go. Anybody got one a little bit further down? Because at 21 would have been it, but obviously the coach is good with Carson.
I think my issue is going to be with the scenarios we have right now, who is going to be a viable trade partner? This is going to be hard. I really don't think it's going to be a big market for a trade down. I don't see it.
Yeah, I agree with him. I don't think we're going to be able to trade down. You need a partner to trade down, and I don't see it. I know New England's there at 15, but I think they're not going to go that route. Denver, I'd be surprised if they did that. I really would.
The latest one was Mel Kiper saying that the 49ers are going to that was
at 12.
At 12, yeah, the 49ers. That was
I guess that's possible. You know, if they think that guy's there.
Yeah.
Izzy77 says, do you think we get a quarterback? Depends on the defense we run and how he feeling himself. I mean,
looks like we're running a 3-3-5 from what I see.
That's what it looks like.
I seen that, but I don't think that. I think we're going to be more. I looked at this a few different ways. He is. Glenn is a huge fan of Bill Parcells, and that tells me we might be leaning closer to a 3-4.
Yeah, but he could work in that defense.
But you're right. So just saying. Let me see. Let me go through. Who would you keep on defense and who would you release? All right, this is easy.
Get Christian Jones the fuck out of here, bro.
Christian Jones got to go. Let's see.
Trufant's got to go.
Yeah, the real question should be who you gonna keep because that's easier.
It's easier.
This is easier for me. Trey Flowers. I keep Trey Flowers. You obviously you got to keep Okuda. Obviously you got to keep a Warrior.
Yep.
But if you talk about just in guys where I got an option on, then
I'm taking Coleman out.
I'm taking Coleman. Yeah, Coleman, bro.
Sorry, bro. Got to go.
So
I mean, I know why he's not doing it as well as he could be, but it's like, bro, you're supposed to be like the best slot corner, and
he was until he got to Detroit.
I mean,
we gotta watch out for that too, you know.
I mean, yeah. So, all right, let's get up out of these final thoughts, man. We're starting off with you, Mr. 313 J Mo. Tell the people what your final thoughts are.
Well, you caught me mid sandwich making. But
my bad.
My final thoughts is it's good to be back on the round tables again, but stuff has just been real busy. I've only really had free time on the weekend. But shout out to all of the Lions fans. And I want to say to the person that asked that question about Sheila, slap yourself, be ashamed of yourself, and call your mama or your father and tell them you sorry. Like, why? Like, why? Other than that, I'm still watching the Lions moves very, very closely. And I do like how our head coach doesn't care about what other people think. But besides that, shout out to all of the people in the chat. And do not pay Kenny Galladay.
The great one Mike says, Russell Wilson said one of the teams he's willing to be dealt to is Chicago. If that happened, what would be your first thought? So that would be my first thought. So
that sucks.
Chicago.
That fucking sucks. And that's the first thought. Ain't no so. That sucks.
No, I mean, let's be honest, man. I keep trying to explain to people, like, I watch my teams, and so he in and of himself, like most quarterbacks, cannot do it alone. Right. And for some reason, they still got Matt Nagy, who forgets that he can run the ball. So if you're not running the ball,
you do a lot more than Mitch Trubisky.
I'm just saying if you're not even willing to run the ball, you're gonna.
They made the playoffs with the worst quarterback in the league. You get him a top 5 quarterback, it is a problem.
You had Russ.
I think it's a problem for that defense. I do too.
That is like
I'm just saying. Exactly. Do you think do you think because of COVID, teams may actually be more apt to trade up to secure solid picks since later rounds are much more questionable? No, actually, I think it's the opposite. I think COVID messed it up. because you figure most of those guys sat out this year. That's one problem. There's no combine, so I don't know how. All the evaluations are done on you looking through a TV screen, and now you got to go back to footage from a year ago. So I think it makes it harder for you to trade up. I think people want those later picks now because if it don't work out, well, hey, at least I got a chance to realize I ain't got to burn a lot of money. So just saying. But put it out there. What's your final thoughts for the people? Easy.
Shit, man. I am at Woodward Sports now. You have a great show.
Yes, I was watching that.
Congrats, man.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it, guys. For sure tap in, man. Belizean and Bell. I mean, I like my guys' morning show too, but Belizean and Bell, they be dropping knowledge. And Belizean every once in a while, if you guys pay attention, they bring on Scott Bischoff, who's a NFL talent scout, or was at one point. He's always just dropping knowledge, man. I love listening to those guys. That's a show on YouTube. I feel like just don't get enough credit because you got one guy who played the game and one guy who just
Sean Belizean used to be with Tom Killer Kowalski before he passed away. Over here on our channel, he's been on Lions stuff for years and years. He's got a wealth of knowledge behind him, and I really like how he does his show. And Joik Bell's entertaining as hell and knows and just learning the business, but knows his football. So it's an excellent show.
He's getting good. He's getting the hang of it too, man. He's definitely turning up. So that show is like getting better day by day. I love like watching it, and like soon, might see your boy Easy on there. I'm gonna try feeling for Sean. He's gonna go on vacation, I think, next month in March. So it might be me and Joik up there. So make sure you guys tune in and type in the comments too. Tell him, hey, Easy and Joik when Sean goes on vacation too.
Will do.
Let us know.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Kurt, what's your final thoughts for the people?
Hey, we appreciate you checking us out. The people to the chat. Shout out to my Flintstones. You know how we do it. Hey, check me and my man Jim out. Detroit Lions on the Prowl. You know how we do it. Weekdays at 11 a.m. over there on our channel. And don't forget about me and my man Shawnee J over at the Die Hard Den Podcast. And we on Belly Up Sports Podcast Network right now. So you can check us out over there at bellyupsports.com.
Man, I just love. I swear, if y'all ever just like listen to how Curt talk, Curt sound like he really at the studio, like he got all the buttons, every light is on, and like he be on it. But that's another story. That's just my own personal thing. Y'all don't judge me. All right, all right. Jim, what are your final thoughts for the people?
Haven't been on in a long time, and I just missed this. This has been such a fun show, and it's fun to speak to Easy and Luke and JMO, of course.
Man.
This is so much fun. I swear to God. We act like we argue it all the time, but it's all fun. It's all love, man. But no, I really appreciate everybody that showed up and showed out in the chat today, and appreciate you guys having me today. I have so much fun when I do this. I'm just old and I sleep through it most of the time. So
Don Burr on here trolling. Okay. I can't do this show and watch the basketball game. I can't do it. So don't judge me. No, I don't want to see that. But talk to me when the tournament come down. Then we can talk about it. Top Tier says, yo. Then he's like, final thoughts. I missed the show. You're definitely going to want to go back and check it out. So just food for thought. Here's my final thoughts. It's Black History Month. And I want to make sure that I always give a positive quote from somebody who is of African descent. And today's quote comes from somebody who I think we don't talk enough about, because everybody wants to talk about Tom Brady. But there's somebody who's just as great as Tom Brady, who has dominated their sport. And they do it without a team around them. I am talking about one Miss Serena Williams. That's right. The best, I will say it again, the best female tennis player ever to walk the face of the earth as of right now. Her quote comes and she says, I always believe I can beat the best, achieve the best. I always see myself in that top position. See, this is funny because she was simply giving some love to this thing called vision. Where you see yourself is where you will be. If you see yourself as a bum, then obviously you're going to be a bum. But if you see yourself as the best, then you're going to do everything to be the best. People always talk about how great Jay-Z is, and Jay-Z always talks about how he has to go and find new coaches so he can be an even better, greater rapper. You need to visually see where you want to be, so that way you not only can be it, you can be there in it. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for tonight. I really appreciate y'all coming through, checking it out with us. Definitely make sure you go over there and support Wilbur Sports. Make sure you check out my man SpeakEZ. Check out 313 JMO. Check out the Lions on the Prowl. Lord Jesus, I'm tired. Lions on the Prowl. Check out Die Hard. Man, I am sleepy. Check out Die Hard Lions as well. I want you to make sure that you go and look at my description. Everybody is linked. Nobody is not missed. And just subscribe. Check out my man, the Hook Cam, because he always dropping something that's intriguing. Sure. And just get some support. Like I said, to my DSA family, it is a pleasure always doing this with you. I know we have all been busy, but it's great to get back to doing what we enjoy, and that's talking about our team for like just other fans who want to be a part of the conversation. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, don't be no chump. Please do your research.